All right, let's think about the history of mops. Big clunky bucket, and we were just dumping this thing into the bucket. Coming out, it was sopping wet. We had to touch it, and really we were just like moving the mess around, right? It wasn't really lifting anything up, but that's how we did it. Welcome into the world of Handy Mop. With the beautiful mastermind of John Iside, what we're doing is first off using this with microfiber pads. So this is going to lift and trap all of the dirt, the dust, the grime. Then we're gonna get this beautiful long handle that's on here. Low profile, we're going under everything. We're going to the baseboards, the walls. Not only is it gonna be a mop, but it's got a squeegee on it. It's also gonna be your broom. And we've even redid the bucket. Look at, first off, it's in a nice slim profile. Everything's gonna be housed in here when you're not using it, so we're not having to find a bunch of storage. On here, there's two sides to this bucket. One is gonna be cleaning the mop, right? And it's easy. You're literally just dunking it in and going. And every time it's actually scraping all of the stuff that's been lifted off of the floor. Then on the other side of the bucket, we're gonna clean it. So no more wet, super soggy, mop that we're having to put onto everything or use our hands to wring it out to get it. It's gonna do it in there. We have two colors available right now. We have it in the blue or the red. This is exclusive. This is a customer pick, and it's $20 off, making this the lowest price we have ever offered. And we're giving you 4 of the microfiber pads. So these are reusable. These are gonna be washable. This should last you about a year's worth. So you're not having to think about rebuying anything for at least until what? We'll say 2025. Grab this early. We're gonna show you everything that this is able to do for you. I was talking about the mastermind, 20 plus years of developing, creating. I said we took a history lesson, John. We went back of the day of old, of those old mops.
Right.
John's funny because he was saying if there were a title of
mop expert. I think I'm a mop expert.
Is that what your resume says?
My wife loves it because I'm always cleaning the floor. She's like, okay, keep developing, keep innovating, because I'm always wiping and mopping, so she loves it.
I love that you did this, and you really have reinvented all the things we've hated all these years.
Yes, this mop has all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
We thought long and hard about this one, and it's the most easiest, user-friendly mop I think you're gonna ever use. Now, first of all, the bucket has 2 sides. One side washes, the other side dries. Your hands never touch anything, and like Tina said, you get 4 of the microfiber pads, which we designed so they last you about a year. How nice not to have to go look for pads for a year. But it does a great job cleaning, and I'm gonna demonstrate that if I can for you right now.
By the way, what he's holding in his hand is everything is housed inside of there.
The whole kit fits in here, yes.
That's the mop, that's the handle, that's the pads, and the bucket that's in here. So also, we're not having to have a storage issue.
Exactly, I'll talk about the bucket in just a moment. First, I want to see how it cleans, or let's check out how it cleans. Okay, so if you haven't seen the demonstration yet, what I like to show everyone is that I'm always starting with a nice clean mop head. And by the way, this is the same exact head I've been using for days. So these mop heads last you a really, really long time. When you go over your floor, it cuts through the grease, it cuts through the grime, it lifts, holds, and it locks in that dirt. It doesn't move it around. Look at the before and look at the after. So whether it's hardwood floors, laminate floors, might have tile floors, it doesn't matter. It's gonna lift, hold, and trap. It's gonna lock in that dirt. It's not snow plowing it. It's polishing, it's dusting, it's mopping, drying, and cleaning. I give it a little flick, it goes flat, so my hands never touch anything. And this is the problem, Tina. What do you do with a dirty mop head? Now that's where our double chambered bucket comes in. You take your bucket, you have water on one side, you simply move it up and down. It couldn't be easier. It's simple but effective. Now what's going on is it's dunking in water, but it's also agitating. So as I move it up and down, this plastic piece is literally scraping the mop head clean so you don't have to touch anything. At the same time, you see these holes over here? Those holes are designed so the water filters through the fabric. So you got that filtration, you got that agitation, and you always come out with a perfectly clean mop head. And we'll prove it throughout the demonstration. But first I want to show you how you dry it. You bring it over to the dry side, and when I push it down, it squeezes the water out and away from the mop head. Now a couple of passes, 3, 4 passes, not only does it come out completely clean, but it's also dry. So if you have water-sensitive floors, like hardwood floors or laminates, this is the tool for you.
Well, John, I want to go back in history again.
Okay.
Remember the old mops, right? We would dunk it into the water, and then we would do this, and we would take our hands and we'd go wring it out, right, to get all of that dirty water out, and we would do that.
Yes.
This is what it's replacing, right? It even says wash and dry. Like it's going to even tell you which side is which. You can't do this wrong.
Right.
But
there's no wrong way to do it. You're right. We made it really easy and very effective. And you don't, and what I tell everyone is when you use the bucket after you, let's say, clean the kitchen, dump out the water. Put new water for every room. It uses less than a gallon of water. And by the way, it's also absorbent. So you can see I have a spill on a rug here, and it also gets the spills out of your rug. Now, again, it's not a stain remover, but it gets all those spills, so you're not using a million paper towels. Now, if I had a spill there, maybe the dog made a boo-boo, I just wring it out, and I have a perfectly clean mop head again. So it's great for those spills on the rug as well, which is very unique when you're talking mops. Now, to show everyone how easy it is, I'd like for you to try it if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
hey, look, I'm a mommy of a 4-year-old and I have a puppy.
So you do this all day long. You're more professional than I am, right?
No, this is my real life. But I'll tell you, I love that. I think at some point we got into the world of microfiber, right?
Yes.
We started getting the towels, we started doing stuff for our cars, and I'm sure somebody went, why don't we put that on our mop? Right? We want that lifting, that trapping, right? Other mops just took the mess and it was just like moving it around. It wasn't really taking it anywhere.
Now we're gonna actually demonstrate that. So before you even go over it, let's show everybody again your mop head, how clean it is. So you always start with a nice clean mop head. You put water in the bucket, you're ready to go, you wash it, you dry it, now you go over your floor. Now let's just make this your regular floor in your kitchen.
No way.
Go back and forth just like you normally would.
Did you see that? One pass? Did we see that one pass?
What I like everybody to see is exactly to your point. It's not snow plowing. When you go, it lifts, it holds, and it's trapping that dirt. It's literally locking it in. Look how it's locking it in here. Okay.
Did you see? I wanted to show one, we're doing one pass. That was what? Chocolate syrup.
Strawberry sauce. I put down some dust.
Sugar?
But normally, like when you mop, you go back and forth, it gets everything. Now let's say you finished your kitchen, okay? Your mop head is dirty. What you do is you put it in this position, you give it a flick, and you see how it goes flat by itself? So you're never touching that mop head. Let's see how easy it is to clean. But before you do, Tina, I just want to show everyone that might not have seen it, what this bucket entails. So inside we have 2 chambers, okay? One side you put your water, the other side you leave dry. This is where you could put maybe your detergent, your bleach, you could just use water. That's, everybody asks, can you use, detergents or bleach or more? Yes, you can use whatever you want or just plain old water. You put a little bit in there.
So you just put water on one side. And by the way, that little plug that you were seeing in the frame.
I'm going to show you how it works.
Yes, so that also is in there. Do I put?
I'm not going to tell you. Let's see you do it. It's so easy. You could just figure, just push it right in. There you go. It's that easy. It's like a key. Put it right into the key.
I like that it's like also it's agitating it, so it's not just like I'm swooshing it around in the dirty water.
Right. No spinning, no mist. And what's happening is that plastic piece, you could probably feel it as you move it up and down. It's literally scraping it clean, so you're not touching anything. Now, as you also move it up and down, if you move it up and down, you'll see the water actually flow through. If you pull it out a little bit more, so the camera can see as you come up and down, the water flows. You see it come out?
There it is.
It's actually flowing through the pad. So after you do that a few times, you take it out, you make sure that it's nice and clean. And by the way, if you ever have any dirt, it's out of the frame, but over here, we designed it so you could flip it around and clean the other side.
the other side.
So it's very easy. All right, so let's see how easy it is to dry.
All right, now we're just drying this baby.
Put it right in and you're good to go.
Oh, I saw all the water go zhoosh out of there.
One pass, it's about half dry. 2 passes is about 60% dry. 3 passes, 4 passes, you're ready for your hardwood floor. Let's prove it to you. Here's again the tissue test. So you could see it's not sogging wet. It's just a little bit damp. But it's really, really clean. And now I'm going to prove it to you by putting it into that fish tank there, and I'll swish it around. Because if there was any chocolate syrup, strawberry syrup, or any of this stuff that we just picked up twice, that water would turn color. I mean, that was real chocolate syrup and strawberry sauce. My mop head is clean, and better yet, that water is really crystal clear. So that means when you take it out of this bucket, it's clean. at least clean enough for your floor.
Well, look, we needed somebody like John to come into the world because cleaning our floors, our baseboards, our walls, our windows, our glass doors, it's something that we do. But I think there was an evolution of doing everything. The old school mop, then we came into the ones where they had the single-use pads where we were like tearing them off.
It's like a glorified tissue. It's very expensive.
And again, also just pushing everything around. Then we figured out there was microfiber out in the world. So all you did is you said, let's take all these grand ideas, put them all together into one thing that's very usable. So you're getting better mousetrap. So you're getting 4 of the microfiber pads. So for a year, you're not going to have to think about any more pads. No more, you know, cash in the, that you're throwing away every single time. It's a dual-sided bucket. Even the bucket was reinvented. So that's washing, agitating all of the stuff that is lifted and trapped. And then that side is drying it as dry as you need. Like you were saying, 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 passes. By the 4th pass, it's almost dry so that you can do that. It's got a squeegee. It's a broom. You're able to use it on your walls because you have that reach now of 54 additional inches. Go as high or as low, low profile. Get underneath everything. So I'll tell you, this is exclusively here only at HSN. Don't go looking around. This is just us.
No, we made it for HSN.
John would only, would take care of us.
You need it. You have to get it here.
It's a customer pick. People love it. You're going to pick either red or in the blue. So those are the 2 color options that you're getting. And we've never done this at a $29.99. It is the lowest price we've ever offered that you're getting. So now, if this is $29.99, John, I'm going to get this down to $9.99.
Wow.
You're like, I want to know how to do that too. John, like, I invented this. I want to know how do I get this for $9.99.
I'm just here to demonstrate. I don't know how you do
If you open up an HSN credit card, we give you $20 free. Yes, you can use it on your today's special. So this gets it down under $10 to get this home. Lightweight bucket, a year's worth of washable of those mop pads. I will let you know, I want to put the item number up if you want to get ahead of the game and you want to add an additional set of the microfiber pads. I could put that item number on. Or I was saying, John, I think a lot of people are adding those because they already own this mop. They're already a Handy Mop lover. They just need new pads. Maybe it's been a year.
Yeah, you could always use another pad. You know, like maybe one for the bathroom, one for the kitchen. Maybe
is this the squeegee?
This is my broom.
Broom side.
We didn't really talk about this yet. You see this black strip here? That's an EVA piece of foam. It works like a squeegee. It works like a piece of silicone. And you could go underneath your kitchens, pick up kitty litter, dog hair. You're supposed to sweep before you mop, and this does that. But it also doubles as a squeegee. And for that demonstration, I'm going to come back to my main floor here, and I'm going to do what I call one of my real-life demonstrations. Real life meaning if you ever dropped a cup of coffee, I'm going to drop a cup of coffee. Now, it could be anything. It could be a dog boo-boo. It could be maybe the toilet overflowed or whatever the case is. If you have a major spill, what you're going to do is take your mop, make sure it's nice and dry. There's my squeegee, okay, that black strip here. Now, first thing you want to do is always contain the spill.
Look at that.
So you get this spill under control. You put it into a pile so it's not going everywhere causing havoc. Then you use the absorbency power of the mop head. Now, it is a thin mop head. It does have absorbency power. It will suck it up. You may need to go, I'll probably have to go like about 2 passes. So I'm pretty saturated now. But this will give us a great opportunity to show you the technology. I'm bringing it over to my bucket. And watch how when I push it down, it squeezes the dirt out and away from that mop head. So that's what's going on. It's cleaning and squeegeeing and squeezing out the dirt. Now, I'm just going to go back and clean the rest of my spill here because I'll do a couple more demonstrations and just to do a good job. And after you pick up that spill, you know, normally maybe in real life, you might want to put a little detergent down, but it's really nice for picking up spills without having to throw towels down.
The lifting and the trapping, John, is the big deal. Because old mops, like I said, it would just like move the mess around,
It's not moving it around, it's locking it in.
Lifting it up, it's trapping it, and we're putting it away in the dirty bucket. So we want to make sure whether it's a dry mess, it's a wet mess, you were seeing where he was using the squeegee/broom side of it to kind of contain glass or anything else that's in there. Stuck-on items is another thing where we're wanting to get that lifting action. We got you covered. Now, this demonstration will actually show you how the microfibers work. Here's some tile, baked on, caked on. You can see this has been here for a while now underneath the hot studio lights. It cuts through the grease, the grime, even on the baked on, caked on. But you see I put some dirt in the grout lines here? I want to show you that it even gets in the grout lines. So when you go over your floor, in this case it's tile,
Look how it gets in the grout lines. And the reason is because we made these fibers a little bit, see how they're a little bit longer? So it contours to the shape and form of your own floor, whether it's tile, maybe it's like a porous tile, or some kind of stone. It'll do a great job on all those surfaces. Cleaning, I'm drying it, I'm mopping, and I'm locking in that dirt. You see how it locks it in? So now in this case, I'll bring it right back over to my bucket. I happen to have another one here just for, can't stretch over there.
I mean, even the bucket just visually looks different, John, right? It's
taller. The bucket is amazing.
It's not this round item that's kind of hard to maneuver. It's lightweight. It's easy to get rid of the dirty water. You're not having to spill it everywhere. And it fits right underneath your sink to fill it up.
Just flip it around, clean the other side, dry it. Now this is dry enough that I can go over our next demonstration, which is our hardwood floors. Now, I put some powder, simulated dust. When you come home from work, you can go over your hardwood floors. You can use it wet or dry. And what I like to point out with this demonstration, you ever go over, if you have hardwood floors, you know how sometimes the dirt gets into these little cracks? You can get right into those cracks. It gets all that dust, all that dirt. You can use it wet or dry. You could use chemicals if you want to use your wax. Sometimes use one pad just for wax, but I'll be honest with you, you don't really need to use wax when you use the microfiber because it brings back that natural shine. That's what it's designed to do. You know, it brings back that natural shine and it gets the floors really clean.
So while I'm over here, John, I'm going to just remind everyone, you're picking between red and blue. That'll be the color of the mop and the bucket. So red or blue are your color options. No matter whatever color you go with, you're going to get 4 of the microfiber pads. So these are reusable. These, you know, you just toss them in the washing machine and you're ready to go. But let's say about a year's worth, right? Maybe you want to refresh the pad in 2025 and get another set. You can add those into your cart right now, but you get 4. But it's microfiber, right? We know the power of that. We've got a bunch of stuff for our car. We've got towels or, you know, cloths that are microfiber because we know that absorbency. We know the lifting power of that microfiber. We just put it in our mop. We've reinvented the bucket that it goes into. We're cleaning and we're drying without having to touch anything. And it's a slimmer, more lightweight bucket as well. Never before a customer pick item exclusively here at HSN have we ever put it at this price. For $29.99 or even on a flex pay, get this home, try it out. If in 30 days it's not right, you're like, nah, it wasn't for me, send it back. But I'll tell you, some things are universal. I was talking about that last hour, right? Cleaning your floors, cleaning your baseboards, cleaning your walls, cleaning your windows, your glass doors, that's all universal, right? We're all doing that. We're all looking for the easiest way to do it, the fastest way to do it. It's really like a 3-in-1. It's a squeegee, it's a broom, it's your wall cleaner, it's your baseboard cleaner, it's your floor cleaner, any kind of floor you want to take it to, because you are in control of how dry the mop comes without ever having to touch it.
Right.
And listen, you're meeting John Iside, you know, maybe possibly for the first time. For 20+ years, that's all he thinks about. How can I make mopping the easiest way to do it? And this is like our walls.
Yeah, I put some powder and dirt on this. I understand your walls are not wood, but it gives you a good demonstration like how you could go over your walls and you could use it wet or dry. You could even bring it all the way down to the bottom and do your baseboards, which is nice. But what I'm not doing is I'm not touching, I'm not bending, I'm not having to worry about, you know, chemicals. Just let the power of that microfiber go to work for you. Now, what I like to do too also sometimes is take the handle off. And this handle, by the way, is real stainless steel, not cheap plastic. It has a nice foam grip and it's 54 inches long. So that makes it easy on the back. If you don't mind, would you just hold that for a second?
Yes, absolutely, sir.
So when you mop, it's not killing your back because it's longer. Okay, let's let that squeegee go to work for us. I have a window demonstration. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take a little bit of window cleaner.
Okay.
Now, like I said in the previous demonstrations, if you have, everybody has windows, but I like to use this in my back screen, my back doors, I have the French doors. Any window, you put your window cleaner on there, that black part there, that's your squeegee. You take that, literally squeaky clean. Shower stalls, windows, look at the before, look at the after. You get the idea. It does a great job on glass, windows, and mirrors, but it also does a great job on the window screens. When's the last time you cleaned your screen? Be honest. Probably never, because it's really hard. You take a little damp microfiber sponge, you go over that screen, look at the before and after, and I'm just using a little damp water.
Yeah.
So you can go over your walls, your window screens, your lanai. I have like a nice screen porch. I'm blessed enough that we're always outside. Keep it clean so you can actually look out the window,
And, I feel like sometimes when we get to, all the windows in the house or the screens or stuff, you start thinking, maybe I should hire a company.
No, you
maybe
don't have to. It makes it easy.
You don't have to. Let's just make it so easy and save you the money
Yep.
of hiring somebody to come do it for you. If you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Tina Jennings. This is our Today Special. We do one a day. It's our best value of the day. We try to take it down to a price you've never seen before. That would be this. Handy Mop is something, if you go read the reviews, people are like, rave reviewed on a mop. I mean, if you have a mop right now and you're like, I want to go give it a rave review, you're just not using the right mop. All that means is we're doing something that's easier, something that's never been done before. This is exclusively here at HSN, and we've never done this price before. Look, we're going into 2024. We're going to buy better. We're going to know better, and we're going to clean easier. It's not, we want easy, John, because I'll more likely to do it.
Yep.
If it's not
easier.
so hard.
Well, look at the reviews.
Everybody
says they like it because it's easy. It's a very user-friendly mop. Now, you said you have a 4-year-old.
And a puppy.
And a puppy. You've probably seen a lot of these peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. If you ever drop one on the floor, they always land with the
Right.
the
How does the universe do that, John?
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
It never wants to land on the other side.
Okay, so that's pretty icky, sticky peanut butter right there. And that's real peanut butter and jelly. But it's no match for our microfiber. It's going to lift, it's going to hold, it's going to trap that dirt. That's a lot of peanut butter, but I'll still get it. Now, when I go over it, you could see how it's locking into those fibers there. It's not pushing it out of the way. My floor is clean. Now I bring it right over to my bucket. I put it into the wet side. It's scraping it clean. I'm not touching, I'm not bending, I'm literally doing it with 2 fingers. It's that easy to do. The water's flowing through. I'm gonna bring it over to my dry side. And by the way, I didn't even change this water. Normally in your house, and you would change the water. So you always have fresh water. If you have any dirt on the top there, you flip it around. All you have to do is
just dunk it from the other side.
The other side. Now let's talk a little bit about the bucket that we got a couple of minutes. Now let's say after you finish mopping, you take your bucket, which, by the way, the handle is off-centered on purpose so it doesn't flip and flop around. It makes it easy to carry, and it uses less than a gallon of water, so it's easy to fill. You bring it over to your kitchen sink, and one of the unique things about this is that it actually fits in the kitchen sink. What mop bucket fits in the kitchen sink? But before I put it in there, I want to show you, I got the drain plugs here. Now, open up that drain plug. Look how easy it is to empty.
So we're not having to do this action.
Yes, the whole system is designed to be easy and quick and very user-friendly. But again, look how it fits in the sink. So now I could actually fill this up, wash it out, clean it out in the kitchen sink. Really small footprint. And I'll grab the one over here again just to show you when you're done, everything fits inside here.
So this is the handle.
That's the handle. There's your mop head. And this is all the space you need. Put that right underneath your kitchen sink or somewhere that, you have a little space. It doesn't take up a lot of room.
So it's your mop.
And it's lightweight.
It's your broom. It's your squeegee. We're taking it down low. We're taking it up high. We could take it to the car. We could take it wherever you would use a microfiber pad. And you're getting 4 of them.
4 pads.
When you're done on a daily basis, you take it off and you just pop it in the washing machine. Now we'll say in a year, let's get new pads. But until 2025, we're not spending another dime. We're not thinking about it for another year.
That's the biggest benefit. It's the value. I mean,
telling you.
It's nice not to have to go looking for mop heads all the time. Now, here we are again. In case you haven't seen it before, I put down some icky, sticky stuff. I'm going to go right into that. I'm going to lift, hold, and trap that dirt. Look how it just grabs it. It's holding on to it. It's locking it into those fibers. It's actually polishing the floor. It doesn't matter if you have hardwood. It doesn't matter if you have laminates or tiles.
By the way, John, you've been doing every demo with just water.
Just water and the same mop head, and I didn't even empty the bucket, which I say, like, let's say I did my kitchen, I would clean it, dry it, empty the water, then you put fresh water for the bathroom, or you put fresh water for the kitchen, or whatever room you move on to. It's really easy and effective. Now,
dusting.
You wash it, you dry it, and you're done. You're done.
And you can get it as dry as you want. More passes gets the pad drier, which means if you want to take it to a surface that you know you don't want it to be damp at all, just keep drying that baby.
Right.
Never before have we done it at $29.99. Red or blue are your color options. If you want to go with a color scheme, you can absolutely do that. But everybody gets a 4 set of the microfiber pads. But if you would like to add additional pads in, you can do that as well. We'll put the item number for that up. And I know several hundred people